My dears, in the second history of this video, I'm thrilled to have you join me, whether you're a dedicated coin collector, someone interested in American history, or just someone who has found an old penny and wondered if it might be worth more than a single cent. Now, we are going to dive deep into a coin that most people overlook but that, under rare and extraordinary circumstances, can reach values reported as high as $175,000. I'm talking about the Liberty 1 cent 2004 Lincoln penny from the United States of America. This coin carries the motto E pluribus unum, and what makes it fascinating is not just the figure of Abraham Lincoln, but the errors, mistakes, mint mark variations, and unusual possibilities that make certain examples extremely rare and highly desirable. At first glance, a 2004 Lincoln penny looks completely ordinary. Millions of these coins were struck and circulated throughout the United States. They were used for everyday purchases, slipped into piggy banks, wallets, jars, or even left forgotten in drawers. Pennies are often dismissed as inconsequential because of their small denomination, but hidden within the ordinary can lie extraordinary value. Even modern pennies like those from 2004 can have errors or unique features that set them apart from the millions of ordinary coins produced that year. The Lincoln cent is one of the most iconic and longest-running coin designs in United States history. It was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. This marked a revolutionary moment in U.S. coinage because it was the first time a real historical figure appeared on a circulating coin, a break from the traditional allegorical designs like Liberty. By 2004, the Lincoln cent had been a staple in American life for nearly a century, a coin recognized by millions and familiar to every generation. On the obverse of the 2004 Lincoln penny, Abraham Lincoln's profile faces to the right. Lincoln's portrait is calm and dignified, and to the left of his profile is the word Liberty. The date, 2004, is on the right, and just below the date is the mint mark, which can be D for Denver, P for Philadelphia, or S for San Francisco proof coins. Above Lincoln's head is the phrase "In God We Trust," a motto that has appeared on U.S. coins for over a century and holds cultural and historical significance. These small details are important because they are where collectors look first when identifying varieties and potential errors. The reverse side of the 2004 Lincoln penny features the Lincoln Memorial design, which was used from 1959 through 2008. The Lincoln Memorial is depicted at the center, symbolizing Lincoln's enduring legacy and the principles of American democracy. Above the memorial are the words United States of America, and below it is the denomination 1 cent. The phrase E pluribus unum sits above the memorial, meaning out of many, one, reflecting the unity of the United States. A hidden detail is the tiny depiction of Lincoln himself seated inside the memorial, something many casual observers miss entirely. This makes the Lincoln cent unique among modern coins because it shows the same person on both sides. By 2004, Lincoln pennies were made from copper-plated zinc, a change that had been introduced in 1982 due to rising copper costs. Each penny consists of a core of zinc with a thin outer layer of copper, giving it the familiar copper appearance while significantly reducing production costs. This composition introduces specific types of errors that were impossible in the solid copper coins of earlier decades. Plating problems, copper layer separations, and exposure of the zinc core all create collectible possibilities. Most 2004 Lincoln pennies are extremely common and are worth only their face value or slightly more if in uncirculated condition. However, the key to rarity is not how many coins were struck but how many survive with unusual characteristics or errors. Among the millions of ordinary pennies, a few have unique features that make them extraordinarily valuable. One of the most notable error types is the double die variety. Double die errors occur when the coin die itself is struck more than once during creation, creating a slightly misaligned second impression. On 2004 Lincoln pennies, collectors may notice doubling on Lincoln's ear, the date, or the word Liberty. True double dies are highly sought after because they display clear, rounded, and separated doubling, which looks like a second image imprinted on the coin. These coins are dramatically different from the more common machine doubling, which does not add collector value. Mint mark errors can also make a coin extremely valuable. The 2004 D penny, for example, was struck at the Denver Mint. Errors in the mint mark, such as repunched mint marks or misplaced marks, can create a shadow or doubling effect that makes the coin unique. When a mint mark error coincides with other errors or rare varieties, the coin's value can increase exponentially. Off-center strikes are another area where 2004 pennies can become highly collectible. An off-center strike occurs when the blank coin planchet is misaligned in the die during striking. This results in part of the design being missing, often revealing a blank area along the edge. Coins that are significantly off-center but still show the date and mint mark are extremely rare and can command premium prices in the collector market. Clipped planchet errors are also highly valued. These occur when the metal strip used to cut coin blanks is misfed into the blanking press, resulting in a missing portion of the coin. Clipped planchets can be curved, straight, or irregular, but a genuine clipped planchet will show smooth edges and flow lines that follow the shape of the missing section. When these errors are found on a 2004 penny in excellent condition, the coins can reach extraordinary values. Strike-through errors happen when foreign objects, such as cloth, grease, or metal debris, become trapped between the die and the coin blank during striking. This prevents the coin from receiving a full design impression, leaving depressions or irregularities on the surface. Each strike-through error is unique, and coins displaying them are highly sought after for their individuality and visual appeal. Wrong planchet errors are some of the most dramatic mistakes a coin can have. A wrong planchet occurs when a coin is struck on a blank intended for a different denomination or even a foreign coin. A 2004 Lincoln penny struck on a planchet intended for a dime, for example, would have a different size, thickness, and weight. These errors are extremely rare in modern coins due to the mint's quality control but can command extraordinary premiums when verified and authenticated. Plating errors are also a common source of value in modern Lincoln pennies. Since 2004 pennies are copper-plated zinc, areas with missing or peeling copper, exposed zinc, or blisters can create collectible varieties. The more dramatic and unusual the plating error, the more interest it generates from collectors. Eye appeal plays a significant role here because visually striking coins tend to fetch higher prices. Die cracks, die breaks, and cuts are also important. Dies, made of hardened steel, can crack from repeated use. These cracks transfer raised lines onto the coins. If a die breaks severely, a portion of the design may be missing, leaving a blob-like raised area called a cut along the coin's edge. Dramatic die breaks on a 2004 Lincoln penny can significantly increase the coin's collector value, especially if they are large and well-defined. The condition of the coin is always critical when determining value. Coin collectors grade coins on a scale that ranges from heavily circulated to pristine mint state. Even rare errors are worth far less if the coin is heavily worn or damaged. Coins in near mint condition, with sharp details and original mint luster, are the ones that achieve the highest auction prices. Professional authentication is crucial for high-value coins. Rare coins attract counterfeiters, altered coins, and fakes. Trusted grading services verify authenticity, confirm mint marks, examine errors, and assign official grades. Once certified, coins are sealed in protective holders that maintain condition and provide confidence to buyers and sellers. For anyone who believes they may have a valuable 2004 Lincoln penny, professional evaluation is an essential step. Searching for rare pennies encourages patience, observation, and knowledge. It teaches collectors to slow down, examine small details, and understand the minting process. Learning to distinguish true mint errors from post-mint damage or environmental marks is key. Even if you never find a six-figure penny, the education, satisfaction, and enjoyment gained through collecting are significant rewards. The Liberty 1 cent 2004 Lincoln penny represents more than just a 1-cent coin. It is a symbol of American history, minting technology, and the unpredictable nature of manufacturing. Small mistakes in a modern mint can create extraordinary opportunities for collectors. Even everyday coins hold stories, potential surprises, and the thrill of discovery. As you look through your own coins, take the time to study the date, the mint mark, and every detail of the design. Compare your coins to documented varieties and known errors. Use magnification and take note of anything unusual. Understanding the process by which coins are made will help you recognize true rarities. Knowledge is power in coin collecting, and it can turn an ordinary penny into a treasure. Thank you for joining me today as we explored the remarkable story of the 2004 Lincoln penny. Remember, hidden within the ordinary can be the extraordinary. Welcome back to the channel, my dear fellows and friends, and thank you so much for joining me today. I'm thrilled to have you here, whether you're a seasoned coin collector, a history enthusiast, or simply someone who has stumbled upon an old penny and wondered if it might be more than just a single cent. Today, we're going to explore a coin that most people see every day, often without a second glance, but under certain rare and extraordinary circumstances can be connected to values reported as high as $195,000. I'm talking about the Liberty 1 cent 1997 D Lincoln penny from the United States of America, a coin marked with E pluribus unum. Its dramatic difference between face value and collector value comes from a combination of minting errors, production mistakes, mint mark varieties, and unusual possibilities that make certain examples exceptionally rare and highly sought after by collectors around the world. At first glance, a 1997 D Lincoln penny looks completely ordinary. Millions of these coins were produced and circulated throughout the United States. They were used for everyday purchases, slipped into wallets and jars, dropped into tip jars, and carried from hand to hand countless times. Pennies are so common in daily life that most people give them no thought. They are often overlooked, thrown away, or left in drawers, yet hidden within these ordinary coins can lie extraordinary value. Even in the late 1990s, when these coins were struck, rare errors were possible, and a handful of coins would eventually become legends among collectors. The Lincoln cent is one of the most iconic and enduring coin designs in American history. It was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. This marked a pivotal moment in U.S. coinage, as it was the first time a real historical figure appeared on a circulating coin. Prior to this, most coins featured symbolic representations such as Lady Liberty or other allegorical figures. By 1997, the Lincoln cent had been in continuous production for 88 years, making it one of the most familiar coins in American life. Its design and cultural significance are widely recognized, and it has been a staple in coin collections for generations. On the obverse of the 1997 D Lincoln penny, Abraham Lincoln's profile faces to the right. Lincoln's calm and dignified portrait is framed by the word Liberty to his left, and the date, 1997, to his right. Below the date is the small d mint mark, which indicates that this coin was struck at the Denver Mint. Above Lincoln's head is the national motto "In God We Trust," a phrase that has appeared on U.S. coins for well over a century and reflects a deep cultural and historical significance. For coins struck in Philadelphia, there is no mint mark, and proof coins struck in San Francisco carry an S mint mark, which is mainly relevant for collectors seeking proof or uncirculated examples. The reverse side of the 1997 Lincoln penny features the Lincoln Memorial design, which was used from 1959 until 2008. The memorial dominates the center of the coin, symbolizing Lincoln's legacy and the enduring principles of American democracy. Above the memorial are the words United States of America, and below it, the denomination 1 cent. Above the memorial is the phrase E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one, reflecting the unity of the American people. If one looks closely, a tiny depiction of Lincoln sitting within the memorial is visible, which is a detail that many casual observers miss entirely. This unique design element makes the coin especially interesting to collectors, as it creates the rare opportunity to feature the same person on both sides of a coin. By 1997, the composition of the Lincoln cent was copper-plated zinc, a change that had been introduced in 1982 to reduce production costs. Each coin consists of a core of zinc with a thin outer layer of copper, giving it the familiar copper appearance while using far less of the more expensive metal. While this composition is standard for modern pennies, it introduces unique opportunities for certain types of errors that could not occur with earlier solid copper coins. Plating problems, copper layer separations, and exposed zinc areas are some examples of these errors, and they can be especially valuable to collectors. Most 1997 D Lincoln pennies are extremely common, and their value is typically equal to their face value or slightly higher for coins in mint condition. However, rarity in coin collecting does not depend solely on production numbers. True rarity comes from surviving coins with specific characteristics that are unusual, dramatic, or otherwise highly sought after. Within the millions of ordinary 1997 D pennies, a small number exhibit errors and mistakes that make them stand out dramatically. One of the most significant categories of errors for this coin is the double die variety. A double die occurs during the creation of the coin die itself. If the die receives more than one impression in slightly different positions, the resulting coins will show doubling on certain design elements. In 1997 Lincoln pennies, collectors may notice doubling on the date, the word Liberty, or even Lincoln's facial features. True double die errors are distinct from machine doubling, which happens during the striking process and usually does not increase value. True double dies show clearly separated, rounded doubling that appears like a second impression. Collectors highly prize these coins, particularly those in near-perfect condition. Mint mark errors are another fascinating area for 1997 Lincoln pennies. The D mint mark represents the Denver Mint, and while it appears correctly on most coins, errors can occur during the minting process. Repunched mint marks, where the D was stamped multiple times in slightly different positions, can create a shadowed or doubled appearance. Misplaced or unusually positioned mint marks can also be significant, as they are anomalies that collectors prize. When mint mark errors appear alongside other varieties or double dies, the coin's value can increase substantially. Off-center strikes are another type of error that dramatically affects value. An off-center strike occurs when the coin blank is not properly aligned between the dies at the moment of striking. As a result, part of the design may be missing, and a blank area of the coin is exposed. The value of an off-center 1997 Lincoln penny depends on how extreme the misalignment is and whether the date and mint mark are still fully visible. Coins that are severely off-center but retain these essential details can command significant premiums among collectors. Clipped planchet errors are another highly sought-after type of mistake. These occur when the metal strip used to create coin blanks is not fed correctly into the blanking press, resulting in a portion of the coin being missing. The missing area can be curved, straight, or irregular, and genuine clipped planchets show smooth edges and metal flow lines that follow the contour of the missing piece. A dramatic clipped planchet error on a 1997 Lincoln penny can be worth many times its face value. Strike-through errors also make coins unique and valuable. These occur when a foreign object such as cloth, metal shavings, or grease gets trapped between the die and the blank during striking. The object prevents a full strike, leaving an indentation or missing detail on the coin. Each strike-through error is unique, making these coins especially desirable for collectors who prize one-of-a-kind items. One of the most dramatic errors in modern pennies is the wrong planchet error. This happens when a coin is struck on a planchet intended for a different denomination or composition. For example, a 1997 penny struck on a dime planchet or a foreign blank would have unusual size, weight, and appearance, making it exceptionally rare and valuable. These errors are particularly prized in the modern era because quality control in the mint is generally very strict, making genuine mistakes uncommon. Plating errors are also important for 1997 pennies. Because these coins are made of copper-plated zinc, some coins may exhibit missing copper plating, exposing the silver-colored zinc beneath. Others may show peeling, blisters, or uneven plating, which can be dramatic and visually striking. Coins with significant and unusual plating errors are highly collectible, particularly if they are well preserved. Die cracks, die breaks, and cuds are additional features that can significantly enhance a coin's value. Dies can crack from repeated use, leaving raised lines on the coin. In more severe cases, portions of the die may break away, forming a cut, a raised, blob-like area along the edge of the coin where part of the design is missing. Large, well-defined die breaks on a 1997 Lincoln penny can make it highly desirable. Condition plays a major role in determining a coin's value. Coins are graded on a scale ranging from heavily worn to pristine mint state. Even a rare error on a circulated coin can have value, but a similar error on a near-perfect coin can be worth exponentially more. Coins that retain their original mint luster, sharp details, and minimal surface marks are particularly sought after. Eye appeal is another critical factor. Collectors gravitate toward coins that are visually interesting, balanced, and striking. A bold double die, dramatic off-center strike, or unusual cud that is clearly visible can command far higher prices than a subtle or unattractive error. This is one reason why reported values for rare coins can vary so widely. When people hear claims that a 1997 Lincoln penny can be worth as much as $195,000, it is important to understand that these values apply to exceptional, extremely rare examples.